Femininity is really all about humility. If you take the innocence of what femininity is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a state of innocence. You take this state of innocence is true femininity. And a lot of what is going on in the world is the opposite of that. It's the dark feminine. Basically, it's using femininity and sexuality to be in control. But the being is in control is a masculine trait. It's masculinity. So women in their dark feminine, this flood of dark feminine, be the seductress. Use your sensuality, use your sexuality, and use your femininity against men to gain power, to gain control, to gain authority. Those are all supposed to be the traits of the masculine. So it's kind of twisted and messed up because it's the wrong intention. Because women want ultimately to be in control anyways. So now they've come across this femininity. They're not really genuinely feminine. They're acting the actions that are a product of being in your feminine place. So they're embodying those actions. So they're really just the actions, because masculine is all about the actions. So they're doing the actions of femininity while they're in their masculine place, just so they can gain control and manipulation over men, over in society, to have a power against other people. It's like feminine with masculine and then it ends up them being even more masculine because it's all about control and it's all about power. But true femininity is not about power, it's not about control, it's actually the opposite. It's about letting go and it's about humility. It's not about being in your masculine and trying to do the same actions as a feminine woman. That's faking it. It's about taking everything that is in your mind, that is the masculine, all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your thinkings, all your worryings, and then bringing it down. And when you bring it down into your seat, into your core, into your femininity place, then you calm down. You get into that restful place. You embody the softness. And that whole process is humbling yourself. It's bringing yourself down from the seat of the king's throne into your seat, the queen's throne, into that queenship throne. So you're bringing yourself down. You're humbling yourself. You're saying, I am not in control, a masculine trait. I am not the dominating one. I am not the one who makes all the ultimate decisions, because we're talking about if you're in a partnership, even if you're by yourself, if you're single, you still actually have to look up to someone else to help you make those decisions. Spirit, great spirit, God. You have to be directed in some way that somebody is above you, guiding you and leading you in your life. Femininity is not meant to be used as a tool to manipulate and have power over men or society. That's dark feminine. That's the using femininity with the wrong intention, with a bad intention. It's using a gift of God to have control over someone else and use it against someone else. It's not supposed to be used against someone else. It's supposed to be used in partnership and flowing together with your partner. Femininity is meant to be used only for your partner, for your husband. It's first and foremost, it's a gift for you. God gave you this gift of femininity, and it is what you love once you embody, you'll love it. It's meant for you. As a female, it couples with your femaleness to be in the feminine. It is meant for you, first and foremost. It's meant to bring you well-being. It's meant to give you joy. It's meant to make life more colorful, more exciting, more, ooey gooey, gummy bear, colorful, and fun. It's meant for you first and foremost, okay? God gave it a gift for you that you should always have. You should always remember, because it makes life way better as a female. Then it is only meant to be directed towards your husband. It is not meant to be used as a tool in society against other men for seduction, for power, for making them do what you want them to do as part of the dark feminine. Dressing in a certain way to use your sexuality against them because they're weak to it. It is definitely not meant for that. It's meant for you first and foremost, and then for your husband, for you to have a great flow, communication, relationship with your partner, with your husband. That's what it's meant for. And you are meant to receive your blessing from your husband if you're married. If you're not married, you're meant to receive your blessing from God. He's the source of your blessing. But as a married person, the source of your blessing is to bless, your job is to bless your husband so that you can receive the blessing through him. Because remember, before, you're always lower, you're always in that humility state, you're always in the queenship throne, which is a very powerful and wonderful place to be. But even when you were single, there was God above you, and you were still in that humble place. Now, your husband is the masculine, and he's still there to make those decisions that are rightfully his to make in that space of masculinity. And now you're married, so now your husband is your blessing. And we receive that blessing from him instead of using your femininity and going into the world, multimedia or whatever it is, and trying to gain blessings, gifts from other men by using your femininity against them with your sexuality. Because true femininity is about innocence. They say that Marilyn Monroe was able to pull off such a great show of the ultra feminine that she really was in because she had innocence about her. Because back then, flaunting and being so over feminized and sexualized was frowned upon. The way she was able to pull it off was because of her innocence. That's what's said about her. So you as well, you can be in that ultra feminine because it makes you feel good. As a woman, it brings out your queenship. It brings out, but it's supposed to be directed only for your husband and for yourself. For the good, for the well-being of yourself. It's not meant to be used to be getting a blessing from men, as it's just popularized in the world for women to use their femininity to gain gifts and gain power and gain respect. All those things, I promise you, comes naturally when you embody your femininity and keep it. It's a beautiful gift for you to keep and cherish and make your life wonderful for yourself and for your husband, to make that beautiful relationship that you can have between yourselves.